Hello and welcome to Pembroke High School, home of the Pembroke Titans, and the stage for this Patriot League matchup between the Hanover Hawks and the Pembroke Titans. Heading into this game, Pembroke are coming off a win last Wednesday with a 5-point victory that saw stellar performances from Brady Spencer and Joseph Dwyer, who scored 17 points and 16 points respectively. As we head into the second Patriot League matchup of the year for the Pembroke Titans, they'll face off a very star-studded Hanover Hawks. Now, heading into this game, we're going to have a very rowdy student section from Pembroke tonight, as we did the other night. And as we're about to get ready, we'll announce the starting lineups to you. And before we announce the starting lineups for both teams, I want to go over a few keys. In the last game, Pembroke won their game off their excellent shooting ability beyond the arc. I believe that if they can get Brady Spencer and Joseph Dwyer hot, they can win this game. And now, as we get ready to announce the Hanover Hawks starting lineup, and for the Hanover Hawks, number 0, Sean Coughlin. Number 4, David Quinlan. Number 3, Colin Vincent. Number 23, Ben Scalzi. And rounding off the 5 is number 11, junior captain Jake Peterson. And now for the Pembroke Titans, coming off a victory in their last game, look to make it 2-0 on the season and beat another Patriot League division rival. And starting out, number 4, junior guard Devontae Perry. Meeting him in the backcourt is number 22, junior forward Brady Spencer. And rounding off the backcourt, we got junior shooting guard Joseph Dwyer, number 24. With Connor Lockhart, the senior point guard on the team, number 21. And rounding off the starting 5, the big man down low, number 23, Tom Considine, the senior center. I talked about Pembroke's keys before this game. Now let's talk about Hanover. They have some really good leadership on this team. And before I talk about the rest of their keys, we have the national anthem. And as the national anthem has commenced, let's quickly go over Hanover. As I noticed before, they have some great leadership on this team, and I think that is their main key to victory, along with a good shooting backcourt and a very defensive, high-octane backcourt that will keep them into this game throughout the entire time. They'll be looking to lock down Brady Spencer and Joseph Dwyer, known three-point shooters for the Pembroke Titans. Now, as we're about to get tip-off underway, just want to say that it is a packed house here at Pembroke High School in the gymnasium. Not too many spectators, but, you know, it gets very rowdy once they all start cheering. And as a quick recap of both of the lineups, for Pembroke, Devontae Perry, Connor Lockhart, Brady Spencer, Tom Considine, and Joseph Dwyer. As for the Hanover Hawks, we have number 11, Jake Peterson, Sean Coughlin, Colin Vincent, Ben Scalzi, and Matt. As the jump is won by Pembroke, it falls down to Connor Lockhart, who swings it out to Perry, back around Considine, swinging around the three-point line, down to Joseph Dwyer. Connor Lockhart holds it up, gets it out to Brady Spencer to start off the game off the side iron, and will be attempted to be saved by Joseph Dwyer. It's a bad pass by Hanover, intercepted by Colin Lockhart, brings it out back to the three-point line. Brady Spencer down low, puts up the easy layup, and gets the first points of the night. Brady Spencer had 17 in their win a few days ago, and he's looking off to get to a hot start. As Hanover swinging around the three-point line, and it's going to be called a kicking the ball violation on Connor Lockhart. His foot just got in the way of the bounce pass down low. As Colin Vincent looks to inbound the ball. The senior small forward, Colin Vincent, as the refs call a foul. I don't know who on. Vincent inbounds it to senior captain Sean Coughlin. Plays it up to the high key to Quinlan. Back outside to Vincent. Into the corner for Coughlin. Coughlin into the mid. And it's tipped away. Gets out to Joseph Dwyer, who stands at the three. Finds Devontae Perry in the corner. Swings it back wide. Outside to Connor Lockhart for three. Bang! Three-pointer! Connor Lockhart, as he opens up his checking account for the night, getting himself started off with a three-pointer. Hanover swinging it around the three-point line. Give it off to Ben Scalzi, the sophomore. Outside to Jake Peterson, back out to Scalzi in the corner. Cross court. And it's tipped away by Joseph Dwyer, and it'll be Hanover ball. Once again, Colin Vincent will inbound this ball. Finds Sean Coughlin, who's getting guarded by Devontae Perry. Tries making a move, gets it off to Scalzi. Scalzi at the top of the three-point line. Gets it outside to Colin Vincent. Back into Scalzi, the sophomore. Shot clock going away off the backboard and rebounded by Hanover. By David Quinlan. Gets it out to Jake Peterson. Tries to slow up the play. Makes a move on Devontae. Drives into the lane. Kicks it back out wide. Out to the top of the three. Fakes a pass. Sean Coughlin makes a ill-advised pass as it's just over the head of Colin Vincent. Turnover, Hanover. Pembroke will resume play with Devontae Perry. Outside to Joseph Dwyer. Pull up three off the side iron and rebounded by Jake Peterson. As Sean Coughlin will bring it across half court. Looking for some players to get open. Calls out a play. Gets past Connor Lockhart. But quickly gives it back up to Colin Vincent at the top of the three-point line. He finds a wide open Sean Coughlin in the corner. Too high, can't get a shot on it. Coughlin makes a move, pivoting around. Finds a wide open David Quinlan down low, but it's stolen away. Joseph Dwyer tries to get it across to Devontae Perry. It'll tip off the hands of a Hanover defender, and it will resume as Pembroke's ball under the rim. Barry floats it outside the Brady Spencer. Hands it off to Joseph Dwyer. Cuts inside, and that will be a foul on Joseph Dwyer. I believe they're calling a charge, but I'm not 100% sure. Once again, and as Sean Coughlin crossed the half-court line, Hanover calls a timeout. With 2.5 minutes elapsed here between the Titans and the Hawks, Titans have a 5-point lead, sitting pretty at 5-0. I'm Mitchell Porter, and I'll catch you after this short timeout break. And welcome back to Pembroke High School after a short Hanover timeout. Pembroke still holds this lead off a layup by Brady Spencer and a pull-up three from Joseph Dwyer. The two top scorers from last Pembroke's game already opening up their checking account for the night. Hanover will inbound it from half court. Sean Coughlin, the senior captain, barking out some instructions. Finds David Quinlan in the corner, who swings it back out to Coughlin. Coughlin back out to Quinlan. Tries to get inside, but it's poked away by Brady Spencer and shoves it up court to Connor Lockhart. Looks for the shot. He had it, but gets inside to Tom Considine, who looks like he got fouled, and they will call a foul, a shooting foul on number 23, a push in the back by Ben Scalzi. That is Hanover's first personal foul. Tom Considine will step up to the charity stripe to take his first free throws of the night. And the first one rolls around the rim and goes in. Makes it a 6-point lead for the Titans. A quick routine and release as Considine hits off the sideline, but it's rebounded by Pembroke. Connor Lockout outside to Tom Considine, who takes a three off the back iron and bounces out as new substitution Preston Miller, the senior guard, checks into the game. So he gets it out to Sean Coughlin on just off to the top of the three-point line. Looks for an open man. He tries to go to the high key as it's poked away, but it falls back into the possession of Sean Coughlin, who pivots it around, almost travels, but gets it out to Jake Peterson. Back out to Coughlin. Coughlin, as the shot clock is going down, a layup by Jake Peterson puts Hanover on the board for their first points of the game as Perry quickly brings it across half court. Joseph Dwyer has an open lane and he takes it, and he's going to be off the sidearm, rebounded by David Quinlan. Given to Sean Coughlin. He must like Damian Lillard for wearing number 0, or maybe it's just a shirt size. As it's brought around the key, swung it around into the corner for Coughlin. It's up, and it's just off the back, and it's a layup once again by David Quinlan. Makes it a 6-4 game here as Devontae Perry slows down the game here for Pembroke. Looking for a motion offense, it finds Joseph Dwyer. Swung out to Connor Lockhart, into Brady Spencer, driving down the baseline, goes up for a layup, and it is defended very well. Preston Miller outside, tipped away by Brady Spencer, saved a wide open three opportunity. A good defensive play there from Brady Spencer. Hanover will resume play with an inbound pass just off to the side of the rim. As it's floated away, and it's intercepted by Devontae Perry, and it's up to Connor Lockhart. Quick transition offense off the backboard, and the layup is in for Connor Lockhart. The senior gets his first points of the game, sends the lead back to a 4-point game. 8-4 for the Titans now. Sean Coughlin trying to make a move at the top, gets it down to Quinlan. Quinlan, fade away, baby. And it's going to be bouncing around, but eventually picked up by Brady Spencer, who shuttles it outside to Connor Lockhart. Back to Brady Spencer. Back to Lockhart from the three. Bang! Three-pointer! Connor Lockhart extends this to Pembroke's biggest lead of the game, a 7-point lead. 11-4 is the current lead for the Titans as the student section finally pumps into this game. Preston Miller outside. Into the corner for Coughlin. Coughlin getting double teamed here. Down into Preston Miller, down low at the elbow. Gets it outside to Colin Vincent and stolen away as Tom Considine goes, pass it down to Connor Lockhart, goes over the layup off the backboard and in. Connor Lockhart, 5 points in 20 seconds for the senior guard. as it is now a 9-point game, 13-4 to the Titans. 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here in the first quarter as Hanover looks to get some points on the board. Preston Miller swings it out wide, and that will be called a charging foul on Preston Miller. A beautiful little play there by Joseph Dwyer. Substitutions come in. Sean Coughlin and Colin Vincent come off as number 2, Matt Connerty, and somebody else comes into the game. I couldn't get that for you. Sorry. Tom Considine swings it outside to Joseph Dwyer. In Connor Lockhart. Looked for the 3. Didn't have the shot. Brady Spencer swings it out wide to Devontae Perry. Makes a move. Cuts back inside to the elbow. Finds Connor Lockhart in the corner. Back up to Tom Considine. The center for 3. Off the back iron and rebounded by Preston Miller. Miller brings it across half court. Trying to go coast to coast. Swings it outside. The number 10, Charlie Carroll. Carroll into the corner for Peterson is going to just miss the rim, and it'll be picked up by Devontae Perry. Going coast to coast, goes up for the shot, and that will be no foul. It will go out on Matt Connerty, and Devontae Perry will resume play on the baseline. Dwyer in motion. Doesn't find him, but gets it out to Lockhart. Looks for the shot, had it for a second. Goes across, swings it around, finds Brady Spencer. Spencer out into the corner for Considine. Considine trying to make a move on the undersized Preston Miller, and it's a 3 from the corner by Lockhart, and it's going to be, let's see what the ref calls. They are going to call a foul on Preston Miller as Tom Considine, who's already 2 for 2 from the line in this game, goes back up to the charity stripe. First one is up, and it is good. Making 3 for 3 on the night from the stripe. 14-4 now for the Titans as Considine hits off the front iron, rebounded by Connor Lockhart. Gets it out to Devontae Perry, who resets play. Perry swung outside to Considine. Goes down, drives into the paint. He gets a layup off the backboard and in. Considine is having a great game early on as he extends this to a 12-point lead for the Titans. 16-3, heading into the last minute of regulation here in the first quarter. As another timeout will be taken by the Hanover Hawks. With exactly 1 minute left to go in this first quarter, the Titans have extended their lead out to 12, taking a commanding 16-4 lead over the Hanover Hawks. And after the short break, Hanover and Pembroke look to resume play after the timeout. 1 minute exactly remaining here in the first quarter. Tom Considine has been the force that has been driving this Titans offense so far, being their leading scorer and being near perfect from the free throw line. As Preston Miller inbounds it to Matt Connerty. Connerty met by Connor Lockhart, and it's poked away by Tom Considine, and it's off the leg of Hanover's Matt Connerty, and it will resume as Pembroke's ball. Perry gives it back to the inbounder of Tom Considine. 48 seconds left here in the first quarter. Back out to Perry. He's got an open shot, but he gives it down low to Brady Spencer, and that's going to be a charge on Brady Spencer. Really put the elbow into Preston Miller there. It was a good sell on the charge as Preston Miller gets his team possession. Matt Connerty, with about 36 seconds left here in the first quarter, brings it across half court. Lockhart tries to nab it, but Preston Miller makes a bad pass, and that's going to be stolen by Connor Lockhart. Goes up for the layup. Almost got to offensive interference there, but he gets the layup up, and now it's a 14-point lead. Shot clock is disabled as we are under 30 seconds. Now, Hanover looking for a play. Preston Miller out inside to the corner to Charlie Carroll. Carroll into Quinlan. Quinlan back out to Peterson. Peterson looking for an open man. Finds Preston Miller. Preston Miller trying to get a shot off down to Quinlan, and that ball will be poked away, and that will end the first quarter here at Pembroke High School. A very dominant first quarter here for the Pembroke Titans, as their high-grade shooting and their aggressive lockdown defense has helped them get their lead out to what it is. And a 14-point lead for the Titans as we head into the second quarter, sorry. 18-4 is the score. I'm Mitchell Porter, and I'll see you after the break. And welcome back to Pembroke High School as the Titans look to extend their already commanding lead over the Hanover Hawks. After an impressive first quarter showing from Tom Considine on both ends of the floor, both offensively and defensively, he has really helped extend this lead to what it is as we get ready to start the second quarter. Preston Miller, who made a few mistakes towards the end of the first quarter, gets it outside as it swung around the three-point line, tries get down. Quinlan gets open in the corner, goes down low. Once again, the layup is up, off the backboard, and in. That is scored by Captain Jake Peterson, as it was deflected off a Pembroke player and will be Hanover ball. Hanover starting out quick and fast so far in this second quarter. And that's going to be a travel on Matt Connerty. Tried making the pass, but disregarded at the last second, and that's a mistake you can't make. It's Devontae Perry inbounds it to Joseph Dwyer. Dwyer, who brings it across half court, looking for the pick and roll offense to start working. Devontae Perry at the top of the three-point line, swings it outside to Joseph Dwyer, who has a wide open three off the front iron and rebounded by Charlie Carroll. Carroll brings it across himself, slows down, gets it into Quinlan, outside to Connerty. Connerty flows it out to Preston Miller. Miller down in the corner, drives down the baseline, trying to look for an open man, puts up the shot, and that's going to be off the hands of a Hanover player. Tom Considine will inbound this ball. Score is 18-6 to the Titans, as Perry looks to get the offense rolling once again. Considine picks it up, swings it outside to Joseph Dwyer. Dwyer back out to Spencer at the top of the three, takes the shot, bang! Three-pointer, Brady Spencer, his second of the night, and gets the Titans over the 20-point mark. 21-6 now for the Titans, as it's picked up by Carroll in the corner. Gets it down low to Quinlan, making a move on Spencer, loses it back to Carroll. Carroll puts up the layup and gets it in. 21-8 now as Carroll gets his first points of the night. Perry down in the corner, swings it outside to Tom Considine. Back out to Perry, who had the shot, gets down to the elbow, makes a move on Miller, trying to get it out, finds Brady Spencer in the corner, catch and shoot, bang! Brady Spencer gets his second three in as many minutes, and it extends this lead out to a 16-point lead for the Titans. 24-8 as Preston Miller holds it up, tries to go down low to Quinlan. He keeps it in, but that's tipped away by Spencer, and he keeps it in, gets it down to Considine. Quick, fast break offense up to Perry, up to Considine, who drives in against three Hanover players. Misses the layup, almost gets his own rebound as Preston Miller emerges with it. So he brings it across half court, being guarded by Connor Lockhart. Swings it outside to Matt Connerty. Back out to Miller. Miller outside to Jake Peterson. Out to the elbow to Quinlan. Back to Miller. Off the backboard, and a scuffle down low as it's going to fall down to Charlie Carroll, and a big block from Brady Spencer as Perry picks it up, gets it out to Brady Spencer. A nice behind-the-back pass to Joseph Dwyer, who just barely misses the rim as it's picked up by Preston Miller after the pass, and he goes up, and they're going to call that a jump ball. And possession will be given to Pembroke. As the student section here for Pembroke gets louder and louder, they look to capitalize on this huge amount of momentum. Considine holds it up. Outside to Perry in the corner. Perry makes a move. Gets it outside to Lockhart. Lockhart now at the top of the three-point line. Drives into the paint, but gives it back to Joseph Dwyer. Off the side rim. No foul called, to the dismay of the Pembroke student section. And that's going to be attempted to be intercepted by Tom Considine, but it goes off his fingertips. And Jake Peterson will inbound the ball underneath. Peterson out to Quinlan on the three-point line. Outside to Connerty. Back out to Quinlan. Quinlan, there's some confusion as that is a three-pointer by Jake Peterson. As Perry tries to get outside to Brady, and they will call him on a travel. As number 32, Mark Walbridge, the freshman, will be checked into the game for David Quinlan. Mark Walbridge got some pretty nice height with him. Looks to compete with Tom Considine down low. But it looks like Brady Spencer has taken him on defense. Sets in the corner. Almost gets Devontae to jump, but finds Preston Miller, and that's swatted away by Connor Lockhart. Beautiful defensive IQ right there to know that he was going to shoot, and blocked him there as Matt Connerty picks it up off the inbound pass. Goes down towards the corner, holds it up, pivoting it around, finds Charlie Carroll, who's driving out, but finds Preston Miller up for three off the side ironer, and will be rebounded by Brady Spencer. Connor Lockhart now picks it up. Back to Brady Spencer. He's got the hot hand. He pulls up off the front, and a rebounded by Devontae Perry. A lot of offensive rebounds for Pembroke tonight. As Spencer goes up for the layup, but gets stopped in transition as Preston Miller drives down. Goes up for the Tony Parker floater, but gets it missed. Rebounded by Considine as Perry tries to get it down to Dwyer, down in the post, as it's tipped away, and a substitution will be made. Sean Coughlin comes on for Matt Connerty. Preston Miller also comes off, and Charlie Carroll. The new substitutions into the game are Ben Scalzi, the sophomore, Colin Vincent, and one other person that I cannot tell. As Tom Considine makes a move down low, makes a man turn, as that will be rebounded by Colin Vincent. Number 0, Sean Coughlin, the senior captain, outside the Scalzi, the sophomore. Back out to Coughlin. Coughlin makes a man. He goes up for the layup, and it's going to be bobbling around down low as Coughlin ends up with the ball, goes up for the layup, and it's going to be rebounded once again by Hanover. Scalzi outside to Jake Peterson, holds up play, he takes a deep three off the side iron, and that'll be picked up by Ben Scalzi. Down low, intercepted by Devontae Perry, falls to the ground, keeps it alive, and a beautiful play there by Devontae Perry to keep it alive, and a timeout will be called by the Pembroke Titans, trying to just slow down the play. A good passage of play there with a lot of threes flying and a lot of shots being made. With 2 minutes and 52 seconds remaining here in the second quarter, the Titans lead 24-11. And as we welcome you back to Pembroke High School with just under 3 minutes remaining here in the first half between the Hanover Hawks and the Pembroke Titans, I just want to compliment Pembroke's ability to be locked down on defense and not allowing too many good shots. As we have a substitution, Joe D'Angelo checks into the game as he will get his first minutes of the night. Looking to set up the motion offense, gets it outside to Considine. Considine brings it across, finds the open man down low. That's Cam Wilson. Cam Wilson gets it out to Joseph Dwyer. Dwyer trying to make a move on Vincent. Considine on Coughlin. Outside to D'Angelo. Too much sauce on that pass. It's not going to be able to be controlled by D'Angelo. And across half court is now Hanover's ball. Sean Coughlin at the top of the three-point line. Double teamed by Lockhart and D'Angelo. Outside to Ben Scalzi, who floats it across for the open three by Jake Peterson off the side iron. And that will be rebounded by Joseph Dwyer. Held onto it as he was getting double teamed down low. Joseph Dwyer now brings it up at the three-point line. Driving into the lane. And that will be a push on number 3, Colin Vincent. That is Hanover's 3rd personal foul of the game. As play will be resumed underneath, D'Angelo looking for the open man, finds Connor Lockhart all the way back, finds Dwyer. Pick and roll offense looking as a charm as Dwyer puts up the 3, and it's bounding around as Considine ends up with the ball, puts up the fadeaway. Cam Wilson attempts to come down with it, but Colin Vincent is the eventual victor as Sean Coughlin brings it across half court. Minute 45 remaining here in the first half as Vincent drives down into the corner for Scalzi, back out to Vincent. Vincent being double teamed, finds Sean Coughlin, drives into the lane as that's the freshman Mark Walbridge who goes up for the layup, and it will be a shooting foul on Joe D'Angelo as Mark Walbridge, the freshman, will step up to the free throw line for his first free throw shots of the night. Hanover student section finally getting into this game, starting to make some noise as Walbridge bounces off the front rim and goes in. Cuts the lead to half now as it's 24-12. Walbridge now is on the second free throw. Uses the square on the backboard to his advantage as Joe D'Angelo gets the ball. D'Angelo brings it across half court, looking for Considine, gets him. Considine now holds it up, finds Lockhart. Outside to Joseph Dwyer, back up to Lockhart, top of the 3. He's open, bang! 3-pointer! Connor Lockhart makes it 27-13 Titans as Coughlin outside to Vincent. Vincent outside to Ben Scalzi. Down low for Walbridge. Gets it outside to the corner for Jake Peterson. That one up in the corner off the side iron and going to be rebounded by Joseph Dwyer with a nice behind the back pass to save that one as Connor Lockhart down on the baseline. Gets out to Joseph Dwyer. He has the shot but gets it out to Considine. Considine driving inside on Nick Vincent. Shot is blocked by Nick Vincent, and now 43 seconds remaining here in this first half as that's going to be tipped away by Connor Lockhart, and it will resume as Hanover's ball. Charlie Carroll checks into this game for Nick Vincent. 40 seconds remaining here in the first half. Titans lead 27-13. Floated out to Walbridge outside the Coughlin. Corner 3 off the side iron and up, and that's going to be called as a jump ball with possession in favor of Hanover. 31.2 seconds remaining. The shot clock and the game clock being separated by only 1.2 seconds here. Ball will be resumed by Jake Peterson underneath. Walbridge in the corner. Gets it outside to Coughlin. Coughlin outside to Charlie Carroll. Carroll drives inside. He's got a lane. Gets past Spencer. Gets it up to Walbridge, who puts up the contested layup. Rebounded by Lockhart, given to D'Angelo. Shot clock expired now as 15 seconds remain here in the first half. Lockhart has a shot but holds up on it. D'Angelo back out. They're just playing 1-2 passes between each other. Dwyer outside the Lockhart. Had the open shot to D'Angelo. D'Angelo to Lockhart. Buzzer beater off the side iron. And that will commence the first half of Patriot League basketball between the Pembroke Titans and the Hanover Hawks. A very entertaining half so far as the Titans lead 27-13 off the hot hand of Brady Spencer and Joseph Dwyer. I'm Mitchell Porter, and I'll see you at the end of this first half intermission. As we're about ready to get the second half of Patriot League basketball underway between the Pembroke Titans and the Hanover Hawks, I just want to remind you about the 3 keys of the game for both teams. Now, for Pembroke, I said they had to get their shooters hot early, they had to use their size to win, and they had to play good lockdown defense against a good shooting core. And Pembroke have executed everything. The hot hands of Brady Spencer and Joseph Dwyer and Tom Considine have all lit the way to their wing, along with playing great lockdown defense on their stars, such as Sean Coughlin and Mark Walbridge once he came into the game. along with using their size to dominate down low. Only a few amount of Hanover's points have came from down low. Most of them have came from the mid-range or from the three-point line. So I would say they're doing a pretty good job. Now for Hanover, they weren't able to get their stars ready and cooking. They had a very slow start to the game, and they've committed way too many turnovers. And before we start the second half, I just want to remind you of the score. The Titans lead 27-13. Now the Hawks have a long way to go as they trail by more points than they've scored. They trail by 14, and they've only scored 13. Now, we're ready to see another entertaining half between the Hanover Hawks and the Pembroke Titans in this Patriot League matchup, which could see the Titans move to 2-0 in not only overall record, but also conference record, which could be very important for the tournament later down the road. As we come back on to the floor, it looks like the starting lineups for both teams except for one small change for Hanover. As we start the second half here, as Perry receives the inbound pass and brings it across court. He gets it over to Dwyer, who swings it outside the Considine. Down in the corner for Lockhart. Had an open man, but gets it outside the Considine. Considine swings it back out to Perry, makes a move behind the back. Now finds Considine driving down the baseline, gets it for the mid-range from Spencer off the back iron, rebounded by Tom Considine. Pembroke have done a real good job on the offensive rebounding it. And now Dwyer makes a man slide as Perry's got the three off the back iron. Will be brought down by Jake Peterson, the junior captain. As Sean Coughlin brings it across half court. Gets it back out to Peterson, back out to Coughlin. Swings it around, finds Scalzi. Scalzi gets it back to Peterson as he comes up towards the center of the court. Finds Coughlin, trying to get that motion offense working. Vincent in the corner, moves down to the free throw line as it's going to be tipped away and eventually stolen by Connor Lockhart. A big cross-court pass as that's going to be tipped away by Jake Peterson and brought up for the fast. He pulled up three off the back iron and rebounded by Brady Spencer. No points so far to begin the second half as Perry makes a nice pass out to Dwyer in the corner, off the back iron and rebounded by Hanover. That was David Quinlan with the rebound. A familiar sight here as Coughlin brings it across half court. He then finds Scalzi in the corner, back outside the Coughlin. Coughlin looking to drive inside. He's got a lane, but finds Vincent. Vincent out to Scalzi, the sophomore. Ben Scalzi down low, finds Coughlin on the cut, and that is a layup, and that is good. The first points of this second half is a layup by Sean Coughlin. That gets the Hawks total up to 15. Perry quickly brought it across half court. Hands it off to Dwyer, gets it outside the Considine, who goes up for the three, and that is off the front iron as Lockhart receives it in the corner. Dwyer picks it up, get down to the elbow, drives in for the layup, and it bounces off the back rim and off the backboard and in. 2 points for Joseph Dwyer as it's back to a 14-point lead for the Titans, 29-15. 5 minutes and 43 seconds remaining as Coughlin brings it across court. Gets it into the corner for Ben Scalzi, the sophomore, puts it up, and that's a three for Ben Scalzi. And now, 11-point deficit for the Hawks. It's Perry gets it to Dwyer. Dwyer across to Lockhart. Swings it across to Considine, who gets it back to Brady Spencer at the elbow. Jumper off the front and rebounded by David Quinlan, but stolen away by Considine. Goes up for again, gets his own rebound, puts up another layup. 3 shots and 2 points there for Tom Considine. 31-18 is now the score with 5 minutes and 1 second remaining here. Coughlin, as that's tipped away by the alleged Charlotte Hornets fan, Connor Lockhart. As David Vincent inbounds it to Coughlin, back out to Vincent. He's got an open three, and that is up and off the back rim, rebounded by Scalzi. Back out to Vincent. Vincent driving down the baseline. Tries to get it down to Quinlan, but that's going to be tipped away. Dwyer up to Perry. Driving, layup, good! A 2-point layup there from Devontae Perry as he extends the lead back to 15, 33-18 now for the Titans. Coughlin trying to get his team back into the swing of things. Looking for that motion offense to come back good. It's Quinlan at the elbow. Gets it outside to Coughlin. Coughlin into the corner for Vincent, who takes another three, and that one is good! Another three for the Hanover Hawks. as it's back now to a 12-point deficit as Perry receives it, gets it back out to Dwyer. Step back, James Harden-esque off the back. And rebounded by Tom Consign, and a reverse layup underneath. Gets 2 points on the board. 35-21 for the Titans. 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Halfway through this quarter. Coughlin to Vincent in the corner. Another three, and then there's another one that's hit by Hanover. That time, Jake Peterson in the corner getting the 3 points to his name. Spencer holds it up, gets it up to Considine, makes a move down low. He's getting triple team, finds Perry. The wide open layup off the side iron and rebounded by David Quinlan. Hanover getting back into the swing of things as Vincent pulls up for three off the side iron, rebounded by David Quinlan. And it's going to be... There's going to be a foul called on Joseph Dwyer. They're going to call a reach-in foul on Joseph Dwyer. Quinlan in the corner. Coughlin finds Vincent, who finds Jake Peterson. Peterson pulls up for three again, and it's hit! Another three-pointer for Hanover. 3 straight three-pointers in a row as Considine fakes down the baseline, goes down to Perry as the Hanover student section is getting into this game. Spencer, fadeaway jumper off the front iron and rebounded by Devontae Perry underneath. He gets the offensive rebound. Brady Spencer driving in, goes over the layup and hits it. 10-point deficit now for Hanover as it's now 37-27 Pembroke. High-octane basketball here as Vincent receives it, gets it out to Coughlin. Coughlin now gets it out to Scalzi, who takes another three. Another quick three by Hanover. The putback layup is missed and rebounded by Tom Considine. Considine quickly out to Perry. Almost could have been a turnover there, but Perry picks it up. Drives down to the lane. He gets the layup up off the side iron, and it will be rebounded by Quinlan, who gets it up to Sean Coughlin. Coughlin now driving inside, gets it outside to Vincent. Vincent back down low, but intercepted. Good defensive IQ by Considine there as Considine tries to get it. Lockhart tries and saves it, but it goes right into the hands of Jake Peterson. Now Peterson across half court with 2 minutes and 4 seconds left. Peterson puts up the layup, and it rolls in. Hanover getting back into this game. Now back to 10 points, 37-27. Under 2 minutes here in the third quarter. As Dwyer goes up for the layup, it rolls in and out. Unlucky, the score is 37-29. Took the score table a little bit to update that as Vincent picks it up. Out to the elbow, holds it up as Quinlan. Now Scalzi, back down low to Nick Vincent, and this is beautiful basketball as it's going to be missed and rebounded by Tom Considine. Connor Lockhart holding down the ball, brings it across half court, trying to slow down this game. 1 minute and 22 seconds remaining here. As Spencer takes a spot up three, bang! Brady Spencer, three-pointer! And just as it looked like Hanover were getting back into this game, Spencer puts a dagger in the hearts of the Hawks. Now 11 points is the deficit now. As Ben Scalzi goes up for three, and that is going to be tipped and out of bounds on David Quinlan underneath. A quadruple substitution here. As Mark Walbridge, Matt Connerty, Charlie Carroll, and Preston Miller get checked into the game. As Jake Peterson is the only one that stays out. Perry outside the Considine to Dwyer. Gets Lockhart open, but doesn't have the shot. Floats it outside back to Dwyer. Dwyer driving in. He's got the room, and he's got the layup. 42 points now for the Titans as they take a 13-point lead. Hanover, they were looking like they were getting back into it, but they fall into a defensive slump here as Preston Miller makes a move on Lockhart. Drives, makes another move, but holds it up. Gets it outside to Carroll, I'm sorry. As that layup is going to bounce off both sides of the rim and go out. Shot clock does not exist anymore as we're under 30 seconds. 15 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Considine holding it to take the last shot. 42-29 Titans. Perry using the pick and roll, and it's going to be smacked away pretty viciously by Jake Peterson there. 3.8 seconds remaining as Pembroke will inbound it underneath. The student section for Pembroke getting very rowdy now. Perry up to Brady Spencer, the alley-oop! The inbound alley-oop pass is good, and that will be a perfect way to end the third quarter here between the Hawks and the Titans. The score currently sits as Pembroke with 44 and the Hanover Hawks with 29. A 15-point lead for the Titans, one of their biggest of the day as they look to capitalize on this momentum heading into the fourth quarter. I'm Mitch Porter, and I'll see you at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Welcome back for the fourth quarter of action in this Patriot League matchup between the Pembroke Titans and the Hanover Hawks. The Titans have gone out to a very big lead of 15 so far, leading 44-29 over the struggling Hawks. The Hawks had a good run of 11-2 between midway and the third quarter, but they could not hold on to that as Pembroke quickly got back their shooting hands as now Hanover starts to play. It's out in the corner. A quick three from Charlie. It's going to be rebounded by Brady Spencer off the side iron. And now Connor Lockhart pushes it up. He gets to Perry. Back out to Spencer. Out to Considine. Swinging it around. Good ball movement as Considine goes over the layup. Tried to be rebounded by Devontae Perry and tipped away by Tom Considine as it will go in the hands of Hanover now. 26 seconds have elapsed here in the fourth quarter. As Hanover brings it across half. Connerty gets it down the wall bridge. A deep three there off the side of the rim and will not be rebounded by Hanover as Lockhart mosses a man, puts up a three, bounces off the front iron and will be contained by Hanover. The press is now in effect by Pembroke as Perry cannot make the steals. It's down to Mark Walbridge. The freshman puts up the layup and that will be controlled by Tom Considine. A good rebound there as Perry picks it up to Dwyer for the open three. Bang! Three-pointer! Joseph Dwyer. The first points of this quarter for the Titans as it makes it 47-29. Miller gets it out to Peterson. The captain's trying to lead on this Hawks team. Finds Miller down low, puts up the layup. A nice reverse layup there for the Hanover Hawks as a timeout will be called by the Hanover Hawks. A minute and 23 seconds has elapsed here in the fourth quarter of play between the Titans and the Hawks. Titans now hold a 16-point lead, 47-31. And after the short timeout intermission, there was a battle between the student sections as Pembroke was just taunting them as Hanover has seemed to gone lifeless over in their corner of the gym. We're lucky that both student sections are separated because there might have actually been a conflict if there wasn't. There was some words exchanged between both pairs of sections. As both teams come back onto the court, looking to resume play here in the fourth quarter. 6 minutes and 37 seconds remaining. As Perry holds it up, gets it out to Dwyer. Dwyer back out to Perry, swinging around, playing 1-2s with Dwyer, back out to Perry. They really like playing back and forth. As Spencer with a three off the back iron and bounces out as Jake Peterson will rebound that ball. Gets it outside to Ben Scalzi. Scalzi, the sophomore, drives inside. He's got an open lane and a big block from Tom Considine as it will go out of bounds underneath for the Hawks. Considine has come up with a few big blocks tonight, his third on the night. Charlie Carroll gets it into the corner for Peterson, swings it outside to Preston Miller. Miller, number 5, drives down low, looks for a teammate, can't find it, puts up the shot. He's arguing for a foul, but Spencer will rebound it. Lockhart picks it up, finds Perry. Get outside to Considine, has the shot, but holds it up. Drives inside. Walbridge makes some good defense as Perry gets it out to Dwyer. Deep 3 off the side iron, rolls in and out as Hanover will resume with the ball. Finds Charlie in the corner as he drives inside for the floater, as it will be rebounded by Brady Spencer. He's really putting stuff on the stat sheet tonight. As Perry, beautiful pass down low to Brady Spencer, but unlucky as it goes off the rim. Scalzi rebounds it, gets it outside to Preston Miller. Outside to Peterson, up off the side iron, and another rebound by Brady Spencer. I wish I had the stats for you because I'm pretty sure he has close to 15 rebounds on the night. As Devontae Perry holds it up, trying to time waste here as Connor Lockhart picks it up. Back out to Perry. Perry asking for the screen. Finally gets it from Spencer. Drives inside. Picks it out to Tom Considine and floats it outside to Joseph Dwyer. Holds it up. Dwyer down in the corner. Shot clock evaporating as Brady Spencer puts up the free throw jumper as it bounces off the backboard and will be back in Hanover ball. Preston Miller now with it, getting double teamed. So he hands it off to Peterson, down to Mark Walbridge. Walbridge, there's going to be a foul called on... I think they called the foul on Brady Spencer. Not 100% sure, though. As Quinlan, outside to Miller, outside to Charlie, out to the 3 off the side iron, rebounded back to Hanover. Charlie driving inside, that looked like a travel. Is the ball, it's going to be called out of bounds on Hanover as Pembroke will resume play. Halfway through this fourth quarter of play, and the Titans have looked as dominant as ever, holding on to their 16-point lead as Dwyer finds Perry out to Spencer. Quick passing out to Lockhart for 3 off the side iron. Rebounded by Hanover, but it's a kerfluffle down low as Dwyer puts up the makeshift jumper and hits it. Makes it an 18-point lead for the Titans, 49-31. Hanover holding it down, almost ill-advised right there as Preston Miller picks it up in the corner. Tries dribbling around, but Joseph Dwyer makes the interception. Gets it up to Perry, but it's going to be tipped away by Ben Scalzi. Now Scalzi trying to get his team back into the game. Scalzi tipped away, but holds on to it luckily. Peterson now down to the high post. Gets it down to Quinlan into the corner for Carroll. Carroll out to Miller. Miller outside, back to Scalzi. Step back 3 off the front iron. Rebounded by Hanover by Peterson. Peterson fadeaway 3 off the front iron once again rebounded by Hanover. Layup put up, missed, rebounded, Hanover. Scalzi. It's going to be off the foot, sorry, of Connor Lockhart. Is that energetic passage of play. Score table is getting yelled at the moment. Don't know what for. I think there was a problem with the time. It wasn't stopped for the inbound pass. And I think that's what the Hanover coach was getting mad about, as it's reset from 2 minutes and 40 seconds to 2 minutes and 58 seconds. A little blunder from the scorers table as they're trying to figure out that problem. But they get it fixed, and now Hanover inbounds the ball. Peterson outside to Preston Miller. Hanover do not have a lot of time to get back into this game as Peterson holds it up, gets it out to Quinlan on the 3-point line. Back out to Miller. Miller drives inside, looks for a lane, gets it almost taken away, but Quinlan is found underneath, puts up the layup, and only makes it 16 now, the deficit. Perry and the Titans looking to chew this clock and play it down. As Perry, back to Lockhart, up to Perry, swinging it across the 3-point line, just trying to keep it away from Hanover's. Considine's open in the corner. Bang! 3-pointer! Tom Considine, the senior, makes it almost an insurmountable lead now. And that could have just been the dagger in the hearts of the Hanover Hawk faithful. As the current lead stands at 19 points, 52-33. A timeout used by the Hanover head coach, as with 2 minutes and 13 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter between the Hawks and the Titans lead 52-33. Pembroke heads back onto the court, but Hanover still getting a motivational pep talk. Can't imagine what for, seeing how they have just over 2 minutes to come back from a 19-point deficit. I mean, Reggie Miller once scored 8 points in 9 seconds, so who says Hanover can't score 19 in 2 minutes? But once again, Reggie Miller is a professional basketball player, and this is high school basketball. Floated outside to Brady Spencer, who brings it back to Lockhart. The press looked to come on from the Hawks, but soon called off. As Dwyer fakes a three, and maybe there was some ghost. Maybe Casper made an appearance, checked onto the court with nobody knowing, as Lockhart passed it over to his bench. Hanover inbounds as Ben Scalzi holds onto it at the top of the three-point line. Holds it up, outside to Charlie. Charlie at the elbow, pulls up for the jumper, off the back iron, off the top of the backboard, rebounded by Brady Spencer. As Lockhart brings it up the court, Perry out to Spencer at the top, finds Dwyer. Dwyer now to Lockhart, back out to Dwyer. Dwyer looking for someone down low, but he finds Perry in the corner. Now Brady Spencer drives inside on Quinlan. Spencer's got the room, and he's got the layup. He puts it up, 21 points. And I believe that is the game for the Hawks, as they will just try and get as many points as possible. Now, as the cherry has been fully put on top of the cake here between the Titans and the Hawks, a full substitution of players. I'll try to get everyone out to you. Mark Walbridge comes on. Daniel Tawa comes on. Jacob Openshaw, along with Tyler Vincent and Max Aiello. Now Vincent into the corner, back out to Vincent. Vincent looking for an open man, down low. Big man Mark Walbridge playing, and it's going to be called as a hold on number 11. Spencer Federspiel, the senior small forward, gets called for the hold. As the inbound pass is floated on top, and Openshaw will hold on to it. Openshaw then receives it back, pulls up for the floater, off the backboard and in. His first 2 points of the night on his first shot of the night. 100% efficiency, as Pembroke has something brewing here. As Spencer now outside to Dwyer, outside, finds Connor Kroon down low, back into the corner for Pembroke, back to Kroon, Kroon into Perry, outside to Spencer, Spencer down the baseline, swings it outside for the wide open corner three, off the side iron, 24 seconds remaining, no shot clock, as that is going to be picked up by Matthew Delcor, up to Perry. Perry holds on to it. The student section is chanting for Spencer Federspiel to get the ball, but they're just going to dribble out the clock. A very convincing victory here for the Pembroke Titans, as they will win 54-35 over their Patriot League opponents, the Hanover Hawks. And I am Mitchell Porter. On behalf of PAC TV, I present you this game where the Titans had a commanding victory over the Hawks with the hot hands of Brady Spencer, Joseph Dwyer, and Tom Considine. It's been a pleasure commentating for you guys, and I can't wait for you guys to tune in for the next game the next time the Titans face at home. Have a good night, everybody. And I'm Mitchell Porter, and I'll see you next time.